Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call from Green Brain Comics. And good morning, Brainiacs. A beautiful morning it is. A beautiful fall morning. November 10th, is that the date? It is indeed. It's Veterans Day. It's the observed Veterans Day on my calendar from Marvel Comics, it says here. Happy observed Veterans Day. Folks, I am here, as I am every week, to bring you a curated list of comics, graphic novels, and other things that will be going to print next week and are scheduled to hit the shelves as soon as... let me see. I think it was December 12th. December 13th is when these things start shipping. Yes, indeed. As confirmed by my free Marvel promotional calendar right there. We are here today to share this list of upcoming books and to give you one final chance to place your request before Sunday, November 5th. At 5 p.m., that's when the last call comes down, folks. And up until then, you have every chance to order any of these magnificent things that I will be showing to you very soon. And I'll show you how. Last Call is broadcast live from Studio G, version 5.0 in East Downtown Dearborn. Welcome to Last Call Live. Okay, we are going to start today by showing you, let's see, that Green Brain Comics and Last Call Live are powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com. Mobile apps available for Android and iPhone. Start up an account online and make sure you never miss an issue. We will be using Comichub today to show you items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders carousel. Let's show you this. Okay, once you sign in, you will have your choice of looking at aside items. That's everything that's on hold for you currently in the store that you may have ordered or requested online. You could pay for those using a secure payment method and your credit card. Over to the right, we have the Shop Coming Soon banner. That's the one we will be looking at today. That houses all of these fantastic carousels. Once you get in, you see the top carousel. These all turn left to right, and this is a full alphabetical listing of everything that's in the new catalogs. That's the new catalogs for November 2023. Below that is the carousel for preview pages. This is PDF previews of some upcoming new comics that you get to check out for free, some of which we will be looking at today. Below that, the third carousel is the last call for final order cutoff. This behaves all the same way, and we'll be coming back to that in just a second. Right after I show you the lower carousel. This is for next Wednesday's items. This is everything that's on my invoices and incoming for sale on November 15th. That's this Wednesday coming up. Okay, let's roll back up to this last call for FOC. Once you click through on View All, you will see the same list, but sorted kind of differently. This scrolls up and down now, but you also have additional filters for publisher, category, and you also have a full alphabetical listing that will go to every title that starts with that specific letter. Even Z. What's on Z? Ziltoid. All right, folks. We'll go back to all. And remember, this is your last call for confirmed orders carousel. Okay, let's see. First, we will be looking at today a couple of last call for younger readers items. Just got a few things this week. Uh-oh, what did I do? Go there, and then go there. Then I can go back there. First thing to show you this week is from Oni Press. This is a graphic novel for early readers entitled Mika and the Gurgler. Meet Mika, a young explorer who faces familiar yet not fully known objects and obstacles around her house. Look at this beautiful art. Today's newest challenge, the Gurgler that spins, spews, whirs, beeps, and even swallows things whole. With the help of her friends, Mika is able to rescue her frog from the malicious machine and learn that not everything is as scary as it may seem. From creators Berenika Kolomka. Yeah. Who supplies this beautiful art with writer Agata Loth-Ignatiuk. Mika and the Gurgler. And next up on our spotlight for younger readers, we have this book for, I'd say, teens, maybe pre-teens. Voyage du Gourmand. Lane Green is a social media cooking sensation, and so is his best friend, Yang Mi Pipper. When this friendship ends over Lane's action, he assumes that that's the end, but Yang Mi chooses him as her teammate in Voyage du Gourmand, a globe-trotting cooking competition. Will the two be able to rekindle their flavorful friendship, or has this duo lost their taste and their way? From Mad Cave Studios, creators, writer Paul Tobin, and artist Jem Milton. This will be available on December 13th for a cover price of $14.99. And that, I believe, wraps up our spotlight on younger readers. Just keep in mind, folks, there are plenty of things for younger readers on this particular list. And we figured just to show you a couple other ones, a couple of the highlights before we move on to our next spotlight. And our next spotlight is on Last Call for Manga. Unlock the secrets of the manga world with our preview of upcoming titles, offering a glimpse into the next big hits. And the next one to show you here is the awl. An awl is a metal poking device, often used to put holes into leather, I think, yeah. The Awl is a story of ordinary folks struggling to be treated as humans. Oh, let's get to it. Oh, there it is. The Awl. Oh, I guess I could put that up. Yeah, there it is. This is a new manga from Gi Seok Choi. From publisher Ablaze. This is 248 pages for $14.99. Ablaze is doing a lot of manga lately. A lot of manga. Oh, by the way, thanks everybody for chiming into the chat. I see Yang Maven there. Hello back to you, sir. And also we have Katie Merritt on the chat. And hello to you. Look, there's food all over this chat. I think Katie's very interested in the Voyage du Gourmand. Okay, back to the manga. Next up, we have How I Met My Soulmate. This is a new manga from Kodansha from creator Anashin. And this wins for most awesome title this week. Pass the monster meat, m'lady. They're eating monster meat. That's pretty sweet. Chika Mizubi and artist Pepperone. Good name for being an artist on a book about monster meat. And finally, we have Peter Grill and the Philosophers of Time manga. And the Philosopher's Time manga. This is a little bit further along in the in the series, but I thought it looked kind of cool. Shiny purple hair and all. And that wraps up. Wow, that got kind of messed up. That didn't work out. Oh well. Let's get back to it. And back to it, we are going to... Oh, that's right. Special items. I'm new at this, folks. Discover captivating jump-on points, epic conclusions, and fascinating comic highlights on Last Call for Special Items. And that thing that I want to show you is this. Pete Von Schali's Lovecraft Illustrated. This is a 208-page art book from Clover Press. This is maybe one of the most affordable pieces that they've published so far. And it features the art of Pete Von Schali, who is an artist, writer, and director, and producer with a leaning toward the fantastic side of the arts. His storyboard work on TV shows and movies includes Darkman, The Mask, James and the Giant Peach, Mars Attacks, Scooby-Doo, The Real Ghostbusters, The Bride of Chucky, The Mist, and dozens more. Pete Von Schali's Lovecraft Illustrated is a visual chronology of all of the Lovecraft fiction. Over 325 color illustrations detail scenes from each of his stories. Wow, that's a heck of a lot. Pretty cool looking book. I'm looking forward to it. It doesn't ship till January 31st, but you can secure your copy this weekend before Saturday at 5 p.m. for final order cutoff. Pete Von Schali, Lovecraft Illustrated. And I think that's the only special item I got this week. Let me double check here. Yep, that's it. So let's move on over to Spotlight on graphic novels. Discover original graphic novels and trade paperbacks, collecting the hottest news stories from big and small publishers. Don't miss the excitement. Last call for graphic novels. All right, first thing to show you today. I guess this could have gone into younger readers. Sure. It's from Paper Cuts, an imprint specifically for younger readers, so there's my answer. And this is a new middle grade series of epic space adventure and intrigue with full color art and comic pages from writer Carl Johnson and, writer Oscar Kellner with art by Carl Johnson. Ah, yes, I see. Okay, just got a note from Katie Merritt saying that Lovecraft book is new in softcover. That's the first time in softcover. Good point, Katie. Thank you. Uh-oh. Did I put cutoff as Saturday? No. Cutoff is... It's Sunday the 12th. Did I get that wrong? Pierre's keeping me honest in there. All right. Well, I'll make sure to specify that it's going to be closed on the 12th. Last call for special orders. Okay. Yeah. Last call for graphic novels. Here we are. All right. Cool. Thanks for the correction. I'll straighten that out. I'll keep it straight from here. Okay. Children of the Phoenix graphic novel from Paper Cuts. Next up from Aftershock, we get a new graphic novel from Aftershock. That's good to see that they're publishing again. This is from writer Rex Ogle and artist Joe Eisma. Rex Ogle recently has been putting some younger reader stuff out, and Joe Eisma has been doing a lot of Archie stuff recently. Yeah, that's cool. Looks like some good spooky stuff from that team over at Aftershock. Then we get this collection of Children of the Black Sun. Great for fans of Something is Killing the Children, with art by Letizia Caranici, who's the artist on the Something is Killing the Children spin-off series, The House of Slaughter. This is written by Dario Ciccio. And here we have a 30th anniversary hardcover of Army of Darkness movie adaptation. This is a fantastic piece of graphic novel fiction from writer Sam Raimi with art by John Bolton. This is one of the most beautiful books from back in the old-timey days, full painted art by John Bolton. Fantastic stuff. Celebrating the 30th anniversary edition of this award-winning Army of Darkness comics adaptation. Next up is The Change. This looks like an original graphic novel from Dark Horse Comics, written by Whoopi Goldberg themselves. Whoopi Goldberg is the writer for this fine-looking book with art by Sunkanmi Akinboye and possibly co-written by Jaime Palia. This will be available in March 20th from Dark Horse Comics for $17.99. Very nice looking book with a cover by, oh gosh, who did that cover? Kari Randolph. That's who did it. Nailed it. And here for the first time in softcover, actually back in print for the first time in a long time, this from Dark Horse Comics, reprinting a middle grade superhero story from Brian Michael Bendis with art by Michael Avon Oeming, longtime partners here. This collects the original miniseries issues 1 through 4 called Takio. That will be available in February. Then we have a trade paperback collecting the recent miniseries You've Been Cancelled from Mad Cave Studios with art by Kevin Castanero. Interesting sci-fi with a real-world concern. Then moving over to DC, we have a few collections over there, including this Absolute Superman by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. This collects pretty much all of their work together, though it spans several different series, including a long run on Action Comics, the miniseries Superman Secret Origins, 1 through 6, and a story from a couple different annuals and specials, including even the story from Action Comics 900. This is a beautiful looking collection of work from Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. Then we have a hardcover collecting the recent miniseries Icon vs. Hardware 1 through 5 by Leon Chills and Dennis Cowan. And a hardcover collecting the Night Terrors miniseries, including at least one of the... the two bookend one-shots, First Blood and Night's End. So all in all, 224 pages in this $29.99 hardcover, available on February 6th. Oh, and here's another very cool hardcover from DC Comics, collecting the recent miniseries Peacemaker Tries Hard. This is a hilarious story written by Kyle Starks with art by Steve Pugh. If you're a fan of the Peacemaker television series, you'll totally love this. It's got the same tone, the same flavor, same inappropriate sense of humor, lots of potty humor, lots of fun. A beautiful cover by Chris Anka. And Marvel's going back to print on Siege. That's cool. I'm happy about that. Get your copy. Reserve it. Okay, here we go. Star Wars Strange Academy graphic novel Year 2. This collects the second volume, I guess the second series of Strange Academy, including the finals miniseries and the last half of the previous volume, which breaks it up, I guess. 288 pages for $34.99. Ooh, and here's the last entry in Spotlight on graphic novels. This is the X-Men Hellfire Gala Fall of X graphic novel. This collects the one-shot, the Free Comic Book Day lead-in, the Avengers X-Men stories, and the X-Men Unlimited Infinity Comics, along with Iron Man and all of the variant covers, to a count of 192 pages in this collection for $24.99, available on January 24th, X-Men Hellfire Gala. Everything changed here, folks. The fall started. And that wraps up Last Call for graphic novels. We got a couple of new printings to show you. Get ready for a second chance. Next up on Last Call for New Printings, we will unveil new printings on hot sold-out comics and other. First thing we're going to show you today, we might have already showed you. It might have been on FOC last week, but I wanted to make sure to get the word out. This is a reprinting of Batman 428. Oh, this goes way back. How old is this? This is like 35 years old. Wow. It's old. This is finally revealed from the DC Vault, the unpublished alternate ending to A Death in the Family, in which Jason Todd survives his encounter with the Joker. If you'll recall your comics lore, back in the 80s, they ran a little test, a marketing campaign to see exactly how bloodthirsty the American public was, in particular the American comic buying public, and gave them an option. Would the resolution of the Death in the Family result in Robin being killed or Robin being all right? Everything's fine. Well, they drew both endings, and the bloodthirsty public voted for the death of Robin. And until now, we never read the version where he lived. Adding to the immersive authenticity of this alternate history comic book, this version also includes all the ads from the original 1988 edition, plus a rewritten letters column. That's very cool. This from a classic project by Jim Starlin, Jim Aparo, and Mike DiCarlo, A Death in the Family, Robin Lives. And that also has a foil variant. And I should note that it also features this beautiful art by Mike Mignola on the cover. And here's another reprint of note, and this begins an interesting series of reprints. This is the facsimile edition of Batman 405. Pardon me, last week started the reprint. This is a weekly reprinting of Batman Year One, the classic storyline from Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli. I corrected myself that time. And then we get a new printing of Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo. This is an unplugged version with art in, looks like all black and white. We'll see if there's any highlights in there. This meticulously crafted tale of the Dark Knight's deadliest team-up will introduce you to a grim and gritty Gotham that only Mark Silvestri could bring you. Batman and the Joker, Deadly Duo. Here's a new printing of Hallows Eve, The Big Night, #1, in truth, a one-shot. This spins out of the Amazing Spider-Man. Hallows Eve got her own series, but then it got canceled. But they had another story to tell from Erica Schultz and artist Michael Dowling. This cover reprinting an interior page from Michael Dowling. Oh, here's another classic. This is in the Marvel Tales format, reprinting two different storylines from the ROM series by Bill Mantlo, with art by Sal Buscema. This reprint specifically issues 17 and 18, along with issues 31 and 32, that features a very cool and very early crossover with the Uncanny X-Men. And, of course, Mystique's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Great stuff, featuring a brand new cover by Nick Bradshaw. Look at how pretty. That Nick Bradshaw. What a great artist. Good times. And that wraps up Last Call for new printings. I'm going to move right over to Last Call for second issues. Love that first issue of that new series? Don't miss out on the next chapter. Last Call for second issues is here, so you can continue enjoying those exciting new series. And the first thing we're going to show you today is Space Between number 2 that came out a couple of weeks ago with number 1 from Karina Bechko and artist by Danny Luckert. Available on December 6th. Ensure your copy now. This has been a little while since number 1 shipped on Fire and Ice. I'm not sure what's going on there, but the production delays have hastened the release of number 2 along with number 3 of this prologue or prelude. I can't remember what it is. It's a prelude that leads into the classic animated film Fire and Ice. This is written by Bill Willingham with art by Leonardo Manco. Both covers by Joseph Michael Linsner. And they both ship the same day, so yeah. Next up, we get a second issue of Count Crowley, Mediocre Midnight Monster Hunter number 2. That just shipped. Beautiful cover by Lucas Kettner. Get a second issue of this weekly shipping Batman Santa Claus Silent Night miniseries from Jeff Parker, Michelle Bandini, and Dan Mora on cover. Get Speed Force number 2 from Jarrett Williams and Daniello Di Nicolo. Number 1 just shipped this week. Very interesting series, focusing on the next generation of the Speed Force kids. Also, a classic Flash character appears and is really into EDM. Then we get a second issue of Titans Beast World, that interesting crossover big event from the Titans in the Dawn of DC. We get a one-shot related called Titans Beast World Tour Gotham. Titans Beast World Tour Gotham. All right. Yeah. And then we get a second issue of Siphon Volume 2 from Image Comics. We also have not gotten number 1 on this, so just to give you the word. Alien number 2, still waiting on 1. Daredevil Black Armor number 2, still waiting on 1. Spider-Boy number 2, number 1 shipped a couple weeks ago. That did really well, and I'm sure this is going to come with a whole bunch of covers. Of course, the A cover is by Humberto Ramos. Get a second issue to Star Wars The High Republic number 2. This is the first mini-series from Phase 3. Superior Spider-Man number 2 ships on December 20th. I think number 1 is coming out this Wednesday. And then Faceless and the Family number 2. This has been out for a couple of weeks. Number 1 was, and this is by Matt Lisnewski. Beautiful art, fantastic art. Super loved it. This is from Oni Press. And here's one that I was building up to. This is Unnatural Order number 2 from Vault Comics. If you've been in this last week, you may have received a completely free copy of Unnatural Order number 1. This is a brand new series from veteran comics and screenwriter Christopher Yost with art by Val Rodriguez. Reception was pretty enthusiastic from people. Our customers were very happy to get a free comic, and hopefully you've had the opportunity to read it over the last week and a half and have come to a decision on whether you'd be interested in reading this particular book or this series through the rest. Here's your opportunity, folks. Unnatural Order number 2 is now on FOC. If you did get that number 1 for free, do consider placing an order for number 2. These orders close on Sunday, November 12th at 5 p.m. And let's see. I think I got a little note here from the publisher.
We are blown away by the response to Unnatural Order number 1. Critics, fans, and shops have spoken, and Unnatural Order is the book of the fall. So now is the time to let your shop know that you want issue number 2. Pre-ordering a book with your local shop is the best way to ensure that they order right, so the book you love is in stock and waiting for you. So let your local shop know this week that you want Unnatural Order number 2. You don't want to miss out on where this story is headed. So let your shop know that you'd like a copy of Unnatural Order number 2 so you don't miss out on the epic dark fantasy adventure.
And there it is, folks. Unnatural Order number 2 is on FOC. Place your orders by Sunday. Okay, then we'll go right into last call for first issues. We bring you thrilling new series pitches, dazzling variant covers, and a chance to secure your copies for release day. Don't miss out on the excitement. It's last call for first issues. And the first thing we're going to be looking at today is the new Disney series, The Disney Villains Cruella de Vil, coming out from Dynamite Entertainment. This is a brand new series featuring the fabulous Cruella de Vil, the villain, the main antagonist from the 1,000,001 Dalmatians and its variants. This is written by Sweeney Boo with art by Mariana Puglia, with this beautiful cover by Sweeney Boo. Let's give the pitch. The beloved Disney character in her own fabulous series, darling. Even though there's absolutely no hard evidence that noted courtier Cruella de Vil was ever involved in the theft of any Dalmatian puppies, her name has been ruined in all the tabloids. And now her reputation in the fashion world is hanging by a thread, which is why she's willing to do anything to restore her good name. Even stealing the royal family's priceless jewels. How will that restore her reputation, you ask? You'll just have to pick up the brand new story in Disney's Dynamite Villains Adventures to find out. With a story and cover by amazingly talented Sweeney Boo and interior art by the continentally sophisticated Mariana Puglia. This is Disney Villains Cruella de Vil. We've got this cover by Joshua Middleton. Really? Wow. Covered by Gretel Lusky. Very nice. I like that. And a action figure cover by Mariana Puglia. It's Disney Villains Cruella de Vil number 1. Okay, while we're moving over here, I'll just go back to the comments and see that Yang Maven just ordered his copy of Unnatural number 2. You rock. And Katie Merritt reminds us that Unnatural Order number 1 is still available for free if you missed it. So yes, please do stop in and pick up your copy of Unnatural Order #1. Free. Absolutely free. All right, back to last call for first issues. We get this one shot from the legendary universe over at Dynamite. This is the Red Sonja one shot. When last we saw the legendary world's Red Sonja, she was living the pirate's life aboard her ship, the Nautilus. But times have changed in this special 40-page one-shot adventure created exclusively for Red Sonja's 50th anniversary. Fan favorite writer Katana Collins weaves a tale of thievery, deception, and a mysterious painting with a decidedly handsome and unaging owner. This is legendary Red Sonja one-shot from Katana Collins and artist Cooper Ball. We got this Sean Murphy cover on A, B cover by Corinne Howell, and this C cover cosplay, all for legendary Red Sonja. Let's go back to Dark Horse for this new series called Borealis from veteran writer Mark Vernheiden and artist Cliff Richards. Comes Borealis, a bone-chilling supernatural thriller. Winter nights last months. Temperatures can hit 70 below. Alcohol is illegal, and something mysterious is emerging on the remote ice. Welcome to the isolated Keenu, Alaska, and a world of bad memories for State Trooper Silalak Osha. This is from Mark Verheiden with art by Cliff Richards, available on December 20th from Dark Horse Comics. And from Headless Shakespeare Press, this is a newer publisher, we get this one-shot called Lodger. 1954, Dr. Drusilla Saxby, one of the first African-American psychologists in the country, is called to a poor rural farm to help a patient. And this case is a whole lot more complicated than she expects. Faith, science, and the supernatural collide in the battle for multiple souls. Can Dr. Saxby prevail when others have failed? From creators Craig Hurd McKenney and artist Jock. And Headless Shakespeare Press makes this available on December 6th, making this possibly the most early shipping book on the FOC this week. Next up, we have from Image Comics the next new storyline, the next installment of The Shrouded College from writer Charles Soule. This spins out of the mini-series called something. Oh, I can't even remember the name of it. All right, well, this is from Charles Soule and artist Alberto Albuquerque. It spins out of the supernatural adventure saga 3 Down and Out. Astronauts are tasked with the ultimate heist, breaking a group of deadly vampires out of a space prison orbiting the sun. Apollo 13 meets Blade in this killer thriller. Available on December 13th from Image Comics. You got this A cover by Will Slinney, a B cover by Alberto Albuquerque, and that will be available on December 13th. Next up is a new miniseries from Mad Cave Studios. This called Skeeters from writer Bob France, Kevin Koof, and artist Kelly Williams. I leafed through this preview of this, which I'll have available at the counter if you want to check it out this week. It looks pretty fun. It looks a little tongue-in-cheek, a little sci-fi channel level horror, B-level horror stuff in the Skeeters #1. Just this one cover from Mad Cave Studios. Very nice. Here from Oni Press is their big release for this month from writer Cullen Bunn and artist Jesus Hervas comes Invasive, Beyond Excess, Beyond Ethics, Beyond Science, Enter a terrifying new experiment in pain from Eisner Award nominee Cullen Bunn and acclaimed illustrator Jesus Hervas. Dr. Carrie Reynolds was a veteran trauma surgeon with a godlike mastery of muscle and bone, but outside the operating room, her rigidly ordered life spiraled into chaos when her daughter, Heather, a recovering plastic surgery addict, suddenly disappeared, only to mysteriously re-emerge in a catatonic state, her vocal cords removed, the latest in a series of victims scarred by a battery of brazenly cruel medical procedures. Invasive #1. This is a 4-issue miniseries from Oni Press and writer Cullen Bunn. Jesus Hervas, who delivers this cover on a B cover by none other than Luana Vecchio, using a decidedly Francovillian color palette, and a C cover by Brian Level. This is Invasive #1. Next up is a one-shot from Opus Books in their Frank Frazetta's imprint. This one called Beyond the Grave. This latest collaboration with fantasy artist Greatest Master is a horrifying tale of the undead. In Frank Frazetta's Beyond the Grave, citizens are horrified when a bloodthirsty monster crawls from the dirt to wreak havoc and taste vengeance. This looks like fun. Of course, decorated by this beautiful Frank Frazetta cover, written by Justin Jordan with art by Sebastian Cabrol on the interiors. They serve up big scares in this one-shot from Opus Books. Also from Opus Books, we get The Last Detective. I'm not sure what the gimmick was on this one. Let's read it and find out. Just got the one cover. In the near future, New Amazon, a deadly synthetic drug, promises dreams fulfilled, but delivers a painful death within 5 days. From writer Claudio Alvarez and artist Geraldo Borges, we get The Last Detective Redemption. From Scout Comics, got this new 4-issue miniseries called Total Party Killer from David Yu, writer and artist on this interesting looking cartoony thing, with a B cover also by David Yu. A mature dark fantasy with bloody splash of comedy for the fans of Quentin Tarantino movies and Dungeons and Dragons. There's a pitch. Okay, this is Guma, Beginning of Her. Young Khalida escapes from a drug syndicate and discovers an ancient blade in a long abandoned temple. Using its power, she becomes the goddess of the city, controlling the citizens through dark power and fear. But events are being manipulated against her from the shadows, targeting Khalida. A final action-packed confrontation will reawaken the ancient war and change the balance of power between heaven and hell forever. From writer-artist Ji-Hung Lee, who provides the A cover on Guma, Beginning of Her, and we also get a B cover by Peach Momoko. Looks like we'll be getting some other covers throughout the day, so do check back into the Comic Hub Last Call carousel for more covers of Guma, Beginning of Her from Titan Publishing. And here's a new series from Vault Comics that promises to be interesting in its launch, as we will be doing a similar thing, it sounds like, to what just happened with Unnatural Order. If you're interested in this book, please do pre-order, as we will be giving it away for free. Please pre-order this book. It will be a zero cost for you, and it is called Beyond Real. Beyond Real, an artist discovery. When struggling artist June is injured in a severe car accident that leaves her boyfriend in a coma, she begins to experience strange visual phenomenon. Soon she's able to see what we are all actually living, that we are all actually living in a computer simulation. June must set out on a journey of possibility and peril into the metaphysical layers of the simulation to reach the world's creator and save her true love from death. From Vault Comics and writer Zach Kaplan with various artists, Dennis Monher, Tony Fazzula, Fabiano Mascola, Jorge Corona, and Vincenzo Riccardi with this John Pearson cover. Beyond Real #1 will ship on December 13th. It will also be available in this B cover. However, the B cover and all other variants will not be free. Keep in mind there are a few other variants for this title. They will all be charged full retail that is listed there, including the $9.99 variant and other. Those are open to order. They are just priced as listed and will not be discounted. However, Beyond Real #1, cover A will be completely free to you. So order at will. Yeah. Okay, then we have the #1 release for DC Comics this week, Birds of Prey Uncovered. This is a... Let's see, how do they say it? The Birds of Prey get the uncovered treatment with this epic edition, showing off the best variant covers for this epic face-breaking series. Wrapped up in this David Nakayama cover, you get all kinds of different art from Stanley Artgerm, Lau, Frank Cho, Adam Hughes, Chuma Hill, and others. Along with the David Nakayama cover, you got this cover by Chuma Hill and a Nason Jurdy cover, along with a David Nakayama foil variant. Birds of Prey Uncovered #1 will ship on December 12th from DC Comics. And finally, from Marvel Comics, we have Original X-Men, the OG5 on an all-new adventure. Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Beast, Iceman, and Angel, the first and greatest heroes to bear the X-Men name, once traveled into their own futures and reset the course of history. Now another multiversal mystery calls them forth. When the dust settles, when the dust settles, one hero will remain trapped in the world as we know it, with shocking surprise guests and heart-pounding twists and turns from writer Christos Gage and Greg Land. They kick off this story, available on December 20th. Original X-Men. With this Ryan Stegman cover, we get a B cover by John Romita Jr., spoofing that excellent X-Men cover #1. And a Mike McCone cover. And lastly, on Last Call for First Issues, we get this one-shot called Star Wars Revelations, from the High Republic to the original trilogy and beyond. Jabba the Hutt, Darth Vader, Mace Windu, Keeve, Trennis, Thrawn, and more. Introducing new characters, new twists, and new turns across all of Marvel's Star Wars line. The star-studded issue puts the pieces on the board for what's to come in a galaxy far, far away. Written by Mark Guggenheim with interior art by Salvador LaRocca. This cover by Rod Reese. And this beautiful cover by Rafael De La Torre. It's Star Wars Revelations #1, which ships on December 20th with a cover price of $6.99. And it's also the final spotlight on Last Call for First Issues. All right. Let's see. Next up, let's go over to this. No, let's go to, this. Before I send you off, I want to talk to you about a couple of events happening here at Green Brain Comics. A couple of things coming up to tell you about. First thing here is BrainScan. We will be back live here on YouTube on Tuesday the 15th at 6:30 for another live preview of New Comic Book Day. Join in the fun. Tuesday at 6:30. Then this Wednesday, November 15th, it's the makeup date. We welcome Saladin Ahmed back to Green Brain Comics for a special signing. Not only seeing the release of spine-tingling Spider-Man number 2, but we'll also have a new issue of Abbott, I believe, and potentially even Terror War. We got all kinds of new stuff from Saladin Ahmed. He will be here on Wednesday, November 15th from 12 to 2. Bringer Comics, all penned by Saladin Ahmed. I'm sure he'd be happy to sign them. And of course, check out Spine-Tingling Spider-Man for a very cool horror story featuring your favorite web slinger. And Monday, November 20th, from 7 to 9, we are celebrating the 50th Brain Candy. That's right. We've had 50 Brain Candies episodes since 2018. Has it really been that long? Wow. Get rid of that. Do that. There it is. That looks good. That's right, November 20th from 7 to 9, that Monday, we will be welcoming people into Green Brain Comics to view a fantastic lineup of local creators, including musician James Anthony, prose writer Rob Keast, poet Cindy Hunter Morgan, and the visual art of Laura D. Gibson. It all happens here at Green Brain Comics. Brain Candy is brought to you by the Emerging Writers Network and us fine folks here at Green Brain Comics. And of course, come back here on Fridays at 11 a.m. for Last Call Live, where I tell you all about the fantastic, hilarious, fun, action-packed, goofy, horrible, despicable, four-color adventures that are coming up to you in your near future, and your last opportunity to order those is coming up this Sunday at 5 p.m. Order those through Comichub. All right, let's see. I think that wraps it all up. Maybe I'll get rid of that. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Thanks for joining us here on Last Call Live. Thanks, Katie, for running the chat. Thanks for chiming in there, Yang Maven. I appreciate everybody's attention today. We are broadcasting live from Studio G in Green Brain Comics, smack dab in the middle of beautiful East Downtown Dearborn. Oh, by the way, we won one of the votes for the Wicked Windows, so thanks everybody for voting for East Downtown Dearborn. Last Call live streams Fridays live at 11 a.m. And of course, you can stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. On Twitter, we are at Green Brain CMX. All the links to our shopping cart website and Comichub are below in the description. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics.